Alright, welcome back. Okay, so for this next update, we're playing Snow Worries. It's an ice level. Everybody likes ice levels.
Check out these amazing snowy mountains. Full of frolicking kangaroos, high-speed wombats, and giant yabbies, all eager to meet ya.
I don't know what a yabby is.
Pair of thermals.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He's not even wearing shoes. Anyway, I changed up the costume again.
Oh, this is bad. Really bad. While the children were playing in the snow when that little scamp Bernie accidentally caused an avalanche. I can hear them call out, but I can't see them.
No worries, Sheila. I'll find them for you.
Okay, so now we have to do a bit of a rescue mission for tiny little baby koalas who got lost in an avalanche. This game's goofy. But as you probably noticed, I changed up my costume again. This time I'm using the Ridge skin. Ridge is a character that showed up in Tai 3, I think. Again, it's kind of like with Sonic the Hedgehog and all the Hedgehog OCs. I feel like the Tasmanian Tiger team were trying to do the exact same thing.
The snow has compacted here, mate, so it's pretty slippery. So it could help if you need a bit of a speed boost.
So it's an ice level. Anyway. But yeah, Ridge was like some kind of future Trunks-esque Thessaline. I don't know. It was kind of weird. It's one thing for fans to make, like, OCs of, like, Sonic characters. It's another for the studio to make OCs within its own, like, series. We already had the Shadow the Hedgehog Thessaline in this game, so it's... Again, really getting some Sonic the Hedgehog vibes from Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. It's weird. I guess that's also part of the reason as to why Ty got so many damn games. 4 of them, at least. Because I guess the Ty team just kind of, like, embraced it. And just said, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do what people have been doing for a while with Sonic. Just work off that angle. That's why Ty lasted longer than Bubsy or Gex, I suppose. Although Gex had 3 games. Well, Ty had 4, so just by simple math, I guess he did better. I don't know. It's all very weird. Anyway, the first couple of koalas are easy enough to find. They're hidden under those snow blocks. But this level, it looks pretty big, but it's not quite as big as, say, like Shipwrecks. At least it's not nearly as confusing as, say, Shipwrecks. But still, I had to do some heavy editing here and there for this particular update. Because finding opals is always going to just be kind of a pain. Finding the koalas was a little difficult. But you know what? This level's fine. It's not quite as bad as, you know, your average ice level. Sure, there's a little bit of slipping involved with, like, the ice physics, but not too much. It's mostly just dealing with snow. So I'm going to try to change up the costumes for Ty in every consecutive update. Just, you know, have something new on screen. Because some of them are pretty cool. Because they got a lot of neat costumes. It's a nice little addition that they threw into this port. You know? I like it. Again, I'm not sure if there's going to be a port of the rest of the series. But hey, you know, might be interesting if there was. Might give Ty a decent second go-around. You know, a decent comeback, if you will. Much like a boomerang. Ugh, that sounded incredibly cheesy. I'm sorry. I wouldn't mind seeing the new Ty game. I mentioned this before, but, you know, Ty wasn't bad. He did well enough to, you know, warrant 4 games. So they must have done something right, or there must be some form of fan base out there. Like Bubsy, yeah, Bubsy and Gex. Like, even though Gex had 3 games and Bubsy had a few, I feel like their time is not exactly... I don't know if there's quite as many fans of those series. There might be, but I don't feel like there's quite as many, like, vocal fans of the Gex or the Bubsy series recently. But then there was Chip and Ironicus's Gextra Life stream, which was done for charity, and they played all the Gex games and as well as a few other titles. They also played Ty as one of the titles. They got past the first 2 levels, I think. was pretty good. It was for a good cause. You know? Big shout outs to those guys. But after watching Extra Life, I realized, yeah, there's a bunch of anthropomorphic animal mascots, you know, that tried to be the next Sonic or the next Mario. Strangely enough, Frogger. Yeah, Frogger, that arcade game, had a 3D Rescue the Princess action platforming game. And it was weird. Because Frogger was kind of a creepazoid in that game. Like a huge, creepy pervert frog. I didn't like it. At the very least with Ty's a good boy. Ty's just trying to help people out. The marketing gave him more of an attitude than he does in the actual game. Like, it's kind of like some of the other playthroughs I've done on this channel, like Klonoa or Knights. Those, I know, have an immense cult following. I've seen the comments on those cutscene movies. There's a lot of fans. There's a lot of people who want those games to come back in some capacity. In fact, freaking Balan Wonderworld is essentially the spiritual successor to Knights, and I am so pumped up for when that game finally comes out. You can bet your ass I'm gonna be doing a playthrough of that. That game looks good. I like it. I already like the aesthetic. It just screams, yup, you want Knights? Knights is finally back. Now granted, the gameplay I've seen from certain trailers, it's not really a Knights spiritual successor, at least in terms of like, it doesn't have flying from what I've seen so far. It seems more like it's just a platformer where the characters can wear different costumes to get power-ups, which is also cool, but it's a Knight spiritual successor. It's got all the character designs. It's got the boy character and the girl character who team up with this mystical gesture figure and go to this world of dreams. It's a Knight spiritual successor. I am super stoked about that. I hope there's some flying in it. Just make it all come full circle. Although from what I've seen from the trailer so far, you can't really play as Balan. They're just there to, you know, to guide our protagonists. I don't know. I'm still looking forward to it. I think a demo is supposed to be coming out pretty soon. I'm not sure if Ty ever had a spiritual successor. Did he need one? I don't know. I guess there's enough third-person platforming games out there that you don't really need a spiritual successor for certain titles. Unless they're super unique. Ty's got some unique ideas here and there, but I wouldn't say it's... I don't know. I feel like you probably just need to go back with a new sequel or some kind of spin-off. Boomerangs are super cool, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's still a platforming game. It's still just your average collectathon platformer. You need to add an extra little bit of weirdness to, you know, garner a spiritual successor. I'd be into the idea of having a new Ty the Tasmanian Tiger game. Be interesting. I don't know. Maybe a port of the original trilogy is just fine enough. I did not hear that many good things about Ty 4, but the original trilogy might be fine. Gonna be honest, never really played all that much of 2 or 3. Those games kind of got a little weird. Although, I'm pretty sure in 2 or 3, one of them, you get to pilot a mecha suit, like Ride Armor out of Mega Man X. That I'm okay with. Does it make sense for Australia? No. Do I care? No. Give me Ride Armor.
Good, son.
Gotta just comb the entire area, because sometimes this game gets a little devious with its collectibles.
Steady on, mate. The ice on these lakes is very thin, mate.
All right.
Tread carefully or you'll break it.
So the speed of how fast you run actually factors into this, huh? All right, sure. Well, I mean, it's ice. But as you'll come to find out, it doesn't really matter if you fall underwater. Because apparently, sub-zero waters in the frozen tundra, it's not really that big of a deal for Ty. He can just swim. It's fine. It's fine. In other games, it's like if the water's way too cold, like it's freezing, like if you touch it, you will get hypothermia instantly, or you'll just freeze to death, like in 30 seconds flat. For Ty, nah, not that big of a deal. He can just swim. I mean, all right, fine. I mean, whatever, video game, it's your rules. Yeah. You're not careful, it'll just break instantly. But hey, it freezes right back over. Alright, so just gonna be nice and slow. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Yeah, it just breaks. And it's just high enough where you can't jump. Alright, let's try this again. Alright. Alright, let us try this again. Nice and slow. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Very carefully. Very carefully and gently. All right, got it. Doesn't matter, got it. Makes your freaking heart skip a beat. Hey, look! Thunder Egg. That was easy. Oh, no. I guess that must be a yabby. Whatever that is. You know what? I'm gonna look that up. Let me see. All right. The common yabby is an Australian freshwater crustacean. It is listed as a vulnerable species of crayfish. Alright, so it's just kind of like another crayfish. Like a crawfish or whatever. That's fine. There's a lot of stuff underwater. And Ty is just perfectly fine in these sub-zero temperatures. Even the frills are able to swim under here. Like, what the hell? Shouldn't there be nothing swimming under here except for the yabby? Aren't the frills cold-blooded? Shouldn't this just be really bad for them? It's freezing down here. I know I'm probably using way too much logic for a children's cartoon platformer. However, I would argue if the water is so cold that its surface freezes in like seconds, maybe you shouldn't swim in it. All I'm saying. Let's just annoy this thing until it just goes into the corner. Just keep throwing. Who cares? Go. Get out of here. We don't want you. We don't want you anymore. Didn't you hear me? Get out of here. Just chuck the aqua rings and throw it in a corner. You're in timeout. Time to lock you in a corner for the rest of your life. Get used to that, idiot. Now it's trapped in there forever. Which is kind of a dick move on Ty's part. Whatever. It's another Thunder Egg for us. I realize I missed 2 opals back there. I'll be coming back for them later. Those were some of the collectibles that I had issues with. Hindsight is 20/20. Another golden cog! Getting a lot of these. And like I promised in the last update, we will be able to get another Techno Ring by the end of this update. But again, also like I mentioned in the last update, the next Techno Ring is just kind of, it's more used to finding collectibles than it is for anything really cool. It's just kind of, It looks neat, I'll say that, but as far as its only purpose is really to just help find certain collectibles. That's all. Like, the kangaroos are wearing jackets, but Ty's like, nah, I can go just fine.
Now this mill belongs to that galah, Boss Cass.
What the hell's a galah?
He's been using it to supply material for some secret project of his. Anyway, I reckon there's something up top. See if you can find a way up there. No worries.
The galah, also known as the pink and gray cockatoo, or rose-breasted cockatoo. So he just called Boss Cass a cockatoo. Alright. Is Maury not a cockatoo? Is that not an insult for him? I'm not sure. I guess it must just be like an anthropomorphic bird thing. I don't know. So there's actually 3 different paths that you can go down on this mill, of varying degrees of difficulty. Right now we're on the easier one, because the blades aren't really that big of a problem for us. But you have to go down all 3 of them if you want access to the Thunder Egg. They all just simultaneously punch Ty. I know I hate bringing up my Jak and Daxter playthrough. This stage in particular, the mill especially, brings to mind an earlier stage in Jak and Daxter. The one where you first get like the hover bike in like over a swamp. And they also had like a giant mill in that level too. And speaking of which, that level also had an ambush. Go figure. Ty's borrowing ideas from Jak and Daxter as well. There's not really much point to staying in here, except to just, you know, try out some of your new boomerangs. There's no other collectibles besides the opals, so, whatever. Just beat the hell out of some frills, why not? Now who's on the vulnerable species list? Whole bunch of them, too. Not that big of a deal. Multi-rangs are pretty awesome. I like them a lot. You can just spam the boomerang button over and over again. Just throw out like 50 of them. They don't really do a lot of damage, but when dealing with like low-level enemies like this, oh yeah, no, they're fine. They are just fine. Another golden cog. He wasn't even doing anything. Yeah, he was probably working for Boss Cass. It's fine. Kangaroos aren't our friends, only wallabies and bilbies. Wombats definitely aren't our friends. They're our rivals. Like that one that we saw in that level with Ranger Ken. And that's the first time I think I've died. How dare you? Alright then. Again, this game can be pretty devious with its collectibles. Because there's a whole slew of collectibles that are just straight up invisible. Although we can technically see them, they're just not available just yet. It encourages you to play the level again. Hey, Thunder Egg! We're still missing a koala. We'll find it eventually. Although the embarrassing thing about that koala is, it's pretty close to where you started. It just completely went right underneath my nose. It's kind of embarrassing, gonna be honest. Love the multi-rangs, they're great. It's kind of funny seeing Ty slip down. Oh no! Ah! Not really that big of a threat when you can just throw 5 boomerangs at their face. Whatever. I think the green frills have been the more dangerous of all the frills. Because at least some of them have gotten like a punch in. I don't really know how to feel about ice spiders. Oh wait, yes I do. I don't like them. Oh look, some colored stalactites. I'm sure this is important. Let's give them a whack, shall we? Let's see. In no particular order. There we go. Thank you, GameFAQs. Thunder Egg! Let's go ahead and deal with some of these other paths now, shall we? This one's a bit harder than the first one that we dealt with. Saw blades are a more immediate threat. What is the point of these things? Like, I get it's for breaking down wood, but aren't the saw blades kind of like going in the wrong direction? Shouldn't they be facing more, you know, vertical than horizontal? Just doesn't really make much sense. Then again, I haven't really been around that many sawmills before, so I wouldn't know. I feel like Boss Cass just tried to make these as scary as possible.
Put saw blades all over the place. Just everywhere. I don't care what purpose they serve, just as long as they cut something.
I feel like that's kind of his modus operandi. And why 3 paths for the saw blades? Why do you need 3 paths for them? Again, I have no idea how sawmills work, so Chrome Studios might have taken a lot of creative liberties or whatever. Anyway, it's still an interesting stage for a platforming game. It's certainly a creative approach for an ice level. Again, the only other game that I can think of that has a sawmill for a platforming stage is Jak and Daxter. Haven't really seen that many other ones. Unless you count certain Mario stages where they have saw blades on Bowser's ships. But then again, those are airship levels, so they have a lot more stuff than just the saw blades. I don't know. Saw blades are pretty cool when you look at them. I'm pretty sure that was probably the whole inspiration behind Metal Man from Mega Man 2. You know what's a really cool weapon idea? Saw blades. Let's make an entire Robot Master based on that. And his weapon is the strongest out of all the Robot Masters. In fact, it'll just kill everything, even himself. That's how badass it is. Just saw blades. And you throw them like shurikens. Metal Man's cool. I like him. He's not my favorite Robot Master from Mega Man 2. That honor goes to Quickman, but you know what? Metal Man is still pretty good. Still very strong. Second favorite from Mega Man 2. Quickman is just my overall favorite in Mega Man entirely. Unless we're counting Proto Man and Bass, but still, that's an unfair comparison. Quickman actually uses boomerangs, bringing that whole thing back around. I know Capcom hasn't really put out that many Mega Man games recently, but a Mega Man fighting game, or just more Mega Man characters in a Marvel vs. Capcom situation, or just a Capcom fighting game, oh, that'd be great. Shit, you could probably make a Smash Bros. Game just with Mega Man characters. You have enough. Like, they had the whole racing game and a soccer game for some reason, but straight up, just like a fighting game, or, you know, I don't know, anything. Like, let us play as different Robot Masters in classic Mega Man stages, like Mega Man Powered Up.
Have you found them all yet?
Anyway, I'm using a little bit of editing here and there. Like I mentioned earlier, I missed some opals under the water, which is embarrassing. They're right there. And I just zipped right by them. Ugh. Not the only collectibles I missed. Here's the very obvious ice path. I missed this too. How did this form? Is it so cold that the, like, literally just sheets of ice just formed in the air? Whatever. Got another Thunder Egg. Nice. Gotta love the frills. They always manage to get at least one good hit in. Nice attempt on the ambush, but not nice enough. Last golden cog. And that's the worst number to be on. Literally missing one opal. Literally just one. The good news is, it's not in a box. So the cheat code should be able to find where it is. And it's actually at one of the end paths for the saw blades. So I just straight up missed it. I don't know how, but I did. Okay, in my defense, it was hidden inside of a beam. That's not fair. Whatever. Let's just go get our Thunder Egg and find that last koala. And then do the time trial. Nailed it. Alright. Now for the last koala. Which is... It's a little embarrassing where it was. Not gonna lie. Little embarrassing. Alright. So, here's the thing. If you hug to the left, there it is. Bunch of kangaroos just hanging out. And there he is. There's the last koala.
Oh, you're a legend, mate.
I guess they had some kids around the office. You're a legend, mate. Let's go get our Thunder Egg and then do the time trial.
6, 7, 8. All accounted for. I don't know how you did it. Thanks.
No worries, Sheila.
By the way, little Poonie found this in the snow. You can have it if you want it.
Thank you.
Unreal.
Woo! Thunder Egg. Let's see what they have to say now.
You're a lifesaver, Ty. Now the children can get back to their homework.
Thanks a bunch, Ty.
You were lost in the snow. Come on.
Relax, Ty. It's a track like any other, apart from the slippery ice and the snow and the downhill bit. It's a sprint to the finish, passing through all the checkpoints as you go. But make sure you hit them all, Ty. Otherwise, you'll get nothing.
Thanks again, Maury. I feel like I've established this before, but you got a lot of Thunder Eggs. Again, I kind of need those. Could we just skip the time trials and you just give me as many as you have? Like I said, mate, trying to find my family. No? Okay. Whatever. I guess I'll go run through some rings. Just seems a little selfish of Maury. Ty's trying to find his family. They're trapped in like a dream realm. You can't just like give him a few? Help out along. You literally said in the first update, and I'll help you where I can. What the fuck does that mean, Maury? I guess, you know, handouts is not really a heroic thing to do, huh? I feel like if this was any other genre of game besides like a collectathon, Maury had been like, here you go, mate. Just all the Thunder Eggs I have. Use them. Use them to save your family. And if this was like a Mass Effect style game, you could totally just, like, threaten Dennis to get all of his Thunder Eggs and be able to power up Julius's machine that much quicker. But you get a bunch of Renegade points. And it would lock you out of the true good ending. You'd go for the evil ending. I saved my family, but at what cost? What have I become? Ideas for Tie 5. I don't know, do they even still collect Thunder Eggs in the other games? I don't know.
You did it! You did it! You made it through in record time! Here, have a Thunder Egg.
Just give me as many Thunder Eggs as you have. I'll pay you back. Why does this have to be such a freaking huge ordeal? Just give them to me. Whatever. Let's go get our new Techno Rang. So goofy. Feel like this would just save us a lot of effort. Or, you know what? Just make Maury not the time trial guy. Make it anyone else besides Maury. Anybody else. Correction. Anybody besides, say, Maury, Shazza, or Julius. Anybody besides those three.
Oh, thank you, Ty. Just what I needed. Some more golden cogs. Yes, an infrarang. This has an infrared attachment. When you enter scope mode by holding the Ty's View button, you'll be able to see things that you couldn't see before. You little ripper!
All right. So, yeah, we get to find invisible collectibles now. Oh joy. And I don't think these are covered by the cheat code. Or maybe they are, I don't know. Either way, they make this noise. Also, you might have noticed the Ridge costume, one of Ty's eyes is just straight up blind. Interesting little design choice. But the invisible collectibles, those little boxes that we've occasionally seen in other stages, contain picture frames. So we'll be trying to get all of those. Oh boy. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this update. In the next update, we're gonna be taking on Outback Safari, and potentially a boss. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next update. Until then, see ya.